know where the sun get the heat to stay hot. Stand firm in your square and you never will stop. Rock out with your cock out and never drop out. You be the masters of subconscious, ultra builder, no doubt. You build a planet real fast, ultra smooth with no sound. You build a planet real fast, ultra smooth, no sound. Stay hot, stand firm in your square and you never will stop. Rock out. Universal justice. Balance scale, divine righteous judgment. Not be the black man time. Fuck if you trust this, you gonna feel the positive vibe. Oh, we gon' bust quick. How do you filthy as lies? Young black people need to learn who you are and understand why you're light skin, brown and dark. And always know where the sun get the heat to stay hot. Stand firm in your square and you never will stop. Rock out with your cock out and never drop out. You be the masters of subconscious, ultra builder, no doubt.
Peace, everybody. It's the guys in the building, man. Minister Freedom and IC, man.
Peace.
Y'all know what it is.
Peace to the earth.
Peace. Man, peace to all of the positive people in the universe, man. That's right, man. Y'all know what it is, man. It's good to see y'all. And it's good to be rocking and rolling with all of the fam, man. And we live and direct with y'all, man, as usual. Y'all know what it is, man. If you with us on Instagram, and you rocking and kicking and you want to come in and say peace, man, and check out the full frame, man, and the full features, man, make sure you follow us. You hop in on YouTube, on Facebook, man. And we kicking it live and direct to y'all, man. Peace to everybody. This your brother, Minister Freedom Allah, man. I will that everybody is in good energy, in good health. And feeling good, man. Y'all know I'm in here in the building with one of my amazing co-hosts, my man IC Allah. Come on, guys, let me bring you up to the stage.
Peace to everybody.
Let you get a piece up in there.
Everybody looking beautiful tonight. You know what I'm saying? You want to give everybody their flowers, give all y'all props. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate all of y'all. You know, everybody that's listening.
Peace to the God.
Get down on today's topic. What's the day?
Yeah. What's the meaning? What is the meaning? The meaning. Yes.
What do you mean when you say this?
Absolutely, guys. No doubt. And I think just really quick, man. You know, like the God said, I think we if anybody who don't know, if this is your first time tuning in with us, if it's your first, that we can connect with the people. You know, there's a lot of people out there who interested in the gods and who interested in the 5%ers and who interested in our teachings. And you may be wondering, you may be looking, hey, where do I start? Who do I get in touch with? Where are the gods that actually represent the culture and actually represent, our way of life? And I want to learn about it. Where I want to have these conversations. I want to jump in a dialogue. Well, listen, here it is, right? So our platform, man, is dedicated to this knowledge, to this culture, to this amazing and this powerful way of life, man. That's got the supreme power, man, of raising the people who stuck in a mentally dead mindset, man, up to a mindset that is alive, that is woke, that is supreme, that is knowledgeable about yourself, man. So it's our job to help those that's in search of that, find it. You know what I mean? We want to make sure you find the way and get the way. You know what I mean? As well as answer the questions and build on it. So in today's episode, what we gonna be talking about, me and my man IC, we talking about, what's the meaning behind today's mathematics, right? So if you new in our culture, if you've been around, if you heard anything about the gods, if you've ever, been amongst us or anything like that, it is a staple in our way of life to ask one another, what is today's mathematics, right? What is today's mathematics? Right? What does that mean? Peace. Yeah, absolutely, man. Peace, man. Peace, Khalif, for real. Peace to you on Instagram, man. Yeah, so what's the meaning behind this? Right? Everything that we say has a supreme meaning. We're not just saying anything just to say it. So there's a science, right? We say that we gods. We teach that mathematics is man's key to understanding his relationship to the universe. So when we greet one another, we come in contact with one another, I was taught, in order for one person to come in contact with another God and see where his mind is, to see where he is in the universe, I need to ask him, what's today's mathematics? Right? I see. Would you agree on that? Would you add anything? You want to add on that?
Yeah, I agree with that. Also, I've always seen it as a way to for us to be able to detect who's who, and if we're dealing with one of our own. So, if I see something, whatever makes me, it indicates to me that that individual is dealing with this culture, this way of life, and after we greet each other in our universal greetings of peace, I may ask that individual, what's today's mathematics? And that'll be an indicator to me exactly where this individual's at when it comes to dealing with this knowledge. It's kind of like it's an indicator. And it'll let me see certain things, a lot of different things. It's almost, to me, it's almost like a method of examination. In regards to seeing if an individual is my Aelite.
In terms of when you asking an individual what's today's mathematics, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But sometimes it may just to know whether or not the individual actually know the math. Sometimes it may be able to just try to get an insight into the individual's mind. And see exactly where they at in regards to what we're dealing with.
Mm.
You know,
Again, like you said, not only we want to see who it, but like,
no question. No question.
you know what I mean?
That's the purpose of it.
Right,
That's the purpose.
right,
You know,
right.
In certain cases, based on the individual's build, you can tell who the individual got knowledge from.
Mm.
Based on certain things that you may go through, back and forth with the individual in the course of a build. So, yeah.
No doubt. So, like for example, right? Today's mathematics is wisdom culture, right? So, how I see that, man, that is in a sense for me, man. That's what we doing here, right? We doing the wisdom. We talking about our culture. We manifesting the things of giving wisdom and giving insight into our cultural practices. That I think this is also just being in the culture, being one with the culture, walking it, talking it. Like you can see you can see how an individual is it's basically seeing the individual live the culture, right? Like when you living it out or you walking it, or how a person interacts with his family, or how a person interacts with his woman, and if I see the culture, and when I say the culture, I'm gonna talk about the teachings or our way of life. When I could see the lessons coming out of an individual, right? Versus you having the same, right? When we out, as opposed we out and about, you can always tell the true and living gods, cause if we out and about, we walking the land, somebody gonna say something to the youth. You know what I mean? They gonna, yo, peace, young brother, what's up? Somewhere. So I always used to like to walk the culture and wisdom the culture and be amongst the gods while they lived it out, God. You know what I mean? Like I could think of the first times going to the store with guys and seeing brothers grab stuff and turn it around, like, and they reading like, oh, okay.
Read the labels. You gotta read the labels.
Read the labels, guys. So, anything you want to add on that, guys, on today's mathematics?
Well, dealing with today's mathematics, which is wisdom culture, that's the beautiful thing about it. The way when you describe your perspective of today's mathematics, and just hearing you say it sparked a couple of different things in my mental that caused me to think about today's mathematics in different forms. You understand what I'm saying? Like, in regards to, wisdom is the manifestation. That's after you go through the chamber of knowledge, after you gain knowledge, being able to apply that knowledge, to make that knowledge do what it do. That's wisdom. When you making the knowledge do what it do, once you learn whatever it is, you making it do what it do. Culture, that's the okay. Let me continue that thought first. Culture, the way I'm dealing with it, it represents the area in which you're existing in. That culture is a 4. 4 is your degrees of north, east, west, and south. Your directions. You know, this is the square. This represents that culture. This is where you live your culture out on the planet Earth that we measure in square miles. You understand what I'm saying?
God.
And in order to manifest your directions, you know, you have to know north, east, west, and south.
Right.
You know, so this is manifesting culture. This is manifesting that principle, you know, of knowing where it is that you're living out your way of life. You know, on this planet Earth. You know, where we develop our culture. You know, so that's one way of looking at it. You know,
And go ahead.
you know, just saying, when we come together and we build, a lot of times, you know, we come together and we build in a cipher. You know, that cipher is 360 degrees. And the reason why it's 360 degrees because every individual that's in that cipher may come with a different type of a perspective, and it's based on their position in that cipher. No one is occupying the same space in the 360 degree cipher. You understand what I'm saying?
True indeed.
Everyone that is there, their view is based on the degree that they obtain in that 360 degree cipher. You know, so we all will have a different understanding and a different manifestation of the mathematics, of how we see today's mathematics. Like the God said, mathematics is man's key to understanding his relationship to the universe. So when you wake up in the morning, every day has a mathematical value to it. You know, when we woke up today, we knew that today's mathematical value was 24, which is wisdom culture. So naturally, when you make mathematics, supreme mathematics, the foundation of your universe, then you ponder on those mathematics of the day, and you see how they interact, how they line up with what it is you're thinking, what you want to do, what it is you may want to put into effect. Because that's a part of your culture that you may want to manifest. And that's wisdoming the culture, wisdoming your everyday reality,
Right.
you know?
Yeah. No. And God, I just read a comment where somebody said applied mathematics is better. You know, what you got to understand is everything God just dropped was applied mathematics. It's applied mathematics because it's living.
It's wisdom.
Right.
Wisdom is the application.
Right. Peace, God.
That's what we building on.
Peace, God. Need to do it. I'm telling
If
you.
I'm telling you that wisdom is the manifestation of your knowledge, then wisdom is all about applying that which you know. When you apply what you know, you showing wisdom.
Right. Hey God, just to add on with you, like, you know, I one way, you know, that just bring me to that same thought, like the living mathematics, the applied, the manifestation. That's what you seeing, like when you're able, when people, because and one good example I always seen it, man, is when, like I said earlier, when you able to see a God's understanding of his mathematics and of his lessons through his life. You know what I mean? Through the things he say, through the intelligent conversations a person's have to have. In a sense, God, it's the act of being cultured. In terms of today's mathematics, being cultured, the wisdom culture, living, being well rounded to where, you know, you can walk amongst any culture, you can walk amongst any people, and not only have an understanding of where you are, had your foundation, but being able to understand everybody else too, God. Definitely. So, in a sense, going back to just what we dealing with, like, would you say that is there the application? How many levels would you say that apply that the science behind today's mathematics? Like, it's not just I think it's one level to, like, all right, the relationship to know about one another, like to where you know where another person minded. I think that's one part of it. Another part of it is, of course, your own individual self. Like, I think
how it applies to your daily life.
Absolutely,
No
God,
question.
absolutely.
And when we meet one another on the square, you may have one 5% coming to another 5%, and we go through that exchange and we go through that dialogue, it's only to see where each other is at in that regard.
Right.
How are you
Right,
dealing with it
exactly.
today in your reality? Some guys ask you, what's today's reality?
True indeed. True indeed. Peace,
You
God.
understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So we just striving to find out, how you dealing with, how you seeing it. It may be something that I may learn from your manifestation, which, nine times out of 10, every time I hear God build on the map, I always get a different perspective. Other than what I was dealing with myself. Or definitely something to add on to.
Right. 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 And God, that's one thing I was gonna say was that one of the nicest jewels God ever gave me was that they told me that they told me that supreme mathematics was my compass. Right? Was my compass. And that by having my supreme mathematics and having my universal flag, and I just took that by saying, okay, by having the lessons, by having all of the teachings, by having your universal flag, that was your compass, so that you could always find your way, and have the ability to navigate the science and knowledge of all things in life, right? So, on a personal level, it was like being able to wake up every day and asking myself one question, and being able to then orient and find knowledge as I need, and making sure that I'm still that my direction is still in tune. Being able to hop up, what's today's mathematics? Or if I was ever in question, ever in doubt, or ever in a position like, I'm striving to figure this out, or striving to gain understanding, or know which way to go. What's today's mathematics?
Yo, dude, no.
Go ahead.
I see that because, wisdom is to be able to manifest your knowledge. Culture is those 4 points of the globe that represent north, east, west, and south, but you have to know your way. You have to know where you're going. You understand what I'm saying?
Sure indeed.
Around that globe. In order to manifest what it is you have to be unstudied.
Right. Peace,
You know
God.
what I'm saying?
Oh, I like that. I like that. Sister God.
You've been studied your way around where you are, your environment. This is manifesting your culture.
Right.
Manifesting the way of life, which is being wise and civilized.
True indeed.
You looking at some questions over there in the chat?
Yeah. I was just. Fam said, no. Somebody was just adding on. I mean, I could see that. I think just having an evil. He said, "Can you have an evil manifestation?" I mean, that would just be somebody being unrighteous.
Well, that's why wisdom is the number 2. It's twofold.
Bill.
You understand what I'm saying?
The temperature of the room and how everybody feeling.
That was the science behind the tools of teaching in our teaching. Like, for example, when we talk about Yakub, just an example of Yakub, I'm going to just use this real quick in regards to, it said that Yakub wasn't man, but Yakub was man himself. So, the individual that was Yakub was written about before he walked the planet. And it was an individual that came about, and he lived out that which was written about previously. He lived that out, this young individual. Now, this young individual, his uncle one day saw him interacting and saw some things that he was doing out and about while he was young. And while his uncle was looking at him, his uncle said, "Wait a minute. You Yakub."
Oh shit.
Now, Yakub was written about in the scripture.
That's right.
The name of this young man whose uncle was, the name of this young man who his uncle was watching him, his name may have been Michael. His name was Michael. His name wasn't Yakub. But his uncle was watching Michael play, and based on what Michael was doing, he was like, "Yo, you Yakub." Because he was able to look into the books of scripture and see what was written before it was prophesied and see like, yo, you living this out.
Right.
I think that you might be the individual that I was writing about. You know, that's a small example of being able to look at the people
Oh.
and see what's going on, what's going to happen. But you have to have a mind to be able to detect these type of things.
Just in talking about you just in saying that he was able to tune in. And I think when you get other examples like that in the lessons, when you say how Elijah talk about how the king recognized Yakub for who he was and said, that he was this individual.
Well, the king was his uncle.
Right. No doubt. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. And God, I think it's a real science because, and this to anybody that's out there, man. For anybody that's just joining us or just hopping in on the live, man, we dealing with, why we deal with what's today's mathematics, what's the science on that, man. Me and the God been going through the analogs of the mind, man, just kind of exploring it and breaking it down a little bit, man. We've been talking about, how the mathematics is like a compass. And how we use this compass, man, on a daily basis, man, to orient ourselves. How we use this science to not only stay in tune with one another, but connect with one another's mind, or see where an individual's at, and just the inner everyday communication, as well as an individual just staying in tune. So if you're just getting with us, man, it's the God and Earth Hour podcast, man, and what we talking about is just one of the basic tenets and one of the basic sciences of our teachings, man, for any of those individuals that's out there interested, that's out there watching. If you're interested in the teachings, man, and getting connected with the culture, make sure you hit the link in our bio and get links so we can get you linked up with the gods and the earth, man. As well as if you got questions, drop them in the comments, man, so we can get them answered for you. If you got some questions for the gods, man, we be more than happy to add on and build for y'all. So fam say, what's today's degree? Oh, I like that one. So he coming with it on TikTok. What's today's degree in what?
What degrees you dealing with?
Which?
By myself.
Go ahead, God. No, you all good. Peace, yeah. What peace? Fam said, "What's today's degree, man? Peace, man. We with you on that." So if you dealing with the 1 to 40, you gonna be dealing with what was his idea in making devil. What was his idea in making devil, man? Peace. So it was predicted of him that he would make a people that would be unalike. You know what I mean? So. Just in that, man, it's just going into what the guy was just talking about, What'd you say, God? Peace. Where you at, man? So if you getting connected and you getting learning with us, man, what degrees you dealing with? Is you in the 1 to 40? You in the 1 to 36? Wherever you at with it, make sure you getting in tune with us. Yeah, peace, bro. Thank you for asking. Thank you for tuning in, man. So, like Fam said, we ask questions like that, to be in tune.
And what was that last question?
What's today's degree?
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Dealing with that idea.
Yep.
You got to think about that idea. Making the devil, right? We say that through the process, you got the black, the brown, the yellow, and the white. That's the fourth. The white is the fourth. That's what you call the devil. When you're dealing with the lessons, you're talking about that right there. So that's the making. The making is the manifestation. Because when you're making something, you're taking something from that which already exists and making something else. You understand what I'm saying? So that's making the devil is wisdom culture. That's manifesting that fourth principle out of the black, brown, yellow, and white. That fourth seed. You know what I'm saying? When we're talking about that right there. So, yeah. And we about flipping that polarity.
Peace, God.
You know, we're not making devil, we born in God.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? That's how we do that right there. You know, we flip the polarity of those degrees once we go through the wisdom knowledge. You know?
True indeed, true indeed, God. So when you in the sense of bringing forth God, what do we do to do that? What do we do when we manifest the culture and help an individual? Essentially, that's teaching.
Teaching the man mathematics, supreme
Right. Peace, God.
mathematics.
Peace, God.
And his relationship to the universe, which is the understanding that he's God, the creator of his reality. You know what I'm saying? The molder of his everyday reality. And he needs to be in tune with it. So once he can get the supreme mathematics, he can start asking himself every day, what's today's mathematics? How does this apply? Why is knowledge important to me? Why is wisdom important to me? How am I supposed to manifest this as a culture, as a way of life? Because when I met the gods, when I first got knowledge, one of the things that impressed me and really grabbed me was the fact that I was, I was amongst individuals that was living a way of life that they was doing every day. It wasn't no Sunday type shit. You understand what I'm saying? This
Peace,
was a
God.
culture. This was a way of life.
Peace,
when you
God.
went in their homes, you could see it. You
Peace,
understand what I'm
God.
saying? It was something. We'll just say that it was always something that you would say. It was something different. You could always see it. You could smell it in the air. You understand what I'm saying? When you come into a righteous individual's home, at least from my perspective, from my experience, and I saw that was a culture, that was a reality, that was a way of life. You know what I'm saying? These individuals were doing this every day.
Right. Bill, God.
You understand what I'm saying? I've never been welcomed into so many homes of individuals that I did not know. I was just meeting. And it was individuals that was welcoming me into their home just based on the fact that I was coming dealing with knowledge itself. You understand what I'm saying?
True
So I
indeed.
knew that this was a genuine culture,
Right.
a genuine way of life. And I had never seen it, you know what I'm saying, like that amongst original people. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere. You know, Christians, Muslims, whatever. The closest I may have seen may have been, you know what I'm saying, with Muslims. But only amongst themselves. You know, when I came amongst the gods and the earth, it was like, that love was extended universally because everybody was dealing with so many different schools of thoughts and ways. It was like, it was universal. It was truly universal. It was truly universal, and I could see the culture. And I could see how the culture was universal, but still grounded. You know,
True indeed, God. True indeed. And what it made me think about God, and I heard God Allah used to say it all the time. Word, we got you, bro. What I used to think about, something God Allah used to say all the time, man, was that the gods would be going through it. Right, brothers be yelling and going through back and forth about lessons and just going through it. And God would be like, God. He said, God, it's all good. He said, God, remember, God, we going. He said, he would just say, man, that how he had never met men who cared so much. Here, ain't nobody paying the gods for being up in here with us all night and teaching and doing all the stuff that they doing.
kudos.
Ain't no kudos. Ain't no, ain't none of that. Here's just some individuals who care about not only my education but my growth and development.
Yeah, it was phenomenal. It's phenomenal.
And you ain't about to be around us and not grow and develop.
You're not about to be no Rudy Poo.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, what you been reading? That was something common. Right along with what's today's mathematics. And sometimes I wouldn't even ask him what's today's mathematics. My question was, so what you been reading lately, God? What you been studying? What kind of books you been reading lately? That was just a common question that I would ask. And it was always a response. It was always something. Every individual always has something to give back. This is what I'm going through. Whatever it may be. However, and that's important. And you got to keep reading. I understand, we got the internet, at our disposal, and it's good to have, it's got its pros.
For questions, are you looking for something to add on, or if you got a question for the gods and the earth, man, drop them so we can answer it. If you're interested in getting this knowledge, no matter your geographical location, hit the link in our bio, man, and we'll get you connected. So you can get connected with the gods and the earth, man, and get this knowledge, man. Yeah, oh yeah. So yeah, that's our goal. That's what we're here to do. We're here to get you connected, man. So if you're looking for the teachings, or looking to meet the gods or greet the gods, no matter what city or place that you in, man, on this planet, you hit us up. You hit that link in the bio, man, and get connected. Yeah.
Man, we're gonna put a meet and greet together.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
One day, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Give out a location, you know what I'm saying? Put it out there in enough time, if anybody wants to come in from out of state or something, we'll have a nice little get together. You know what I'm saying? Make it a party night or something.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Get everybody to come in and do our thing. Nice meet and greet for everybody,
Mm-hmm. That's all. Wait, that'd be all dope. Peace. Peace now, Bill. Peace to the God. Peace, 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 man. We appreciate it. Black Mind, what's up, God? Peace to the God. We see you. You up in the building, man. Peace to the God. What's happening, man? What's up, Lord? Yeah, you see me. Black Mind, I renew.
I renew.
Black Mind, I like that. I like that. I like that. I told the God. That was real. That was real fresh, man. He got to keep that black. That's our brother out there in Memphis, man. The God putting it down.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Renew.
Fam
you
said,
renew the
that's
history.
a good question.
You know what I'm saying? What?
Fam said, how you build a nation without voting?
How do you build a nation without voting?
What make you think we don't vote? We a nation within a nation. So I'm the type of individual, God, and what I was taught, what I know, we not against voting.
If you're not a part of the nation, you don't get to vote. You don't even know about the election.
That's right. Yeah. But I think they may be talking about like voting in the grand scheme, like in terms of like the country in America in a sense. You know what I mean?
Well, that wouldn't have nothing to do with us building a nation, voting, in the elections of the American, government or whatnot. That wouldn't have nothing to do with us building a nation.
Well, I think that, and that was that. I think that was the point that because ABG built on that. Not when I posted a video of ABG going through that. I think that is very. I think it's a very key point, especially for us as a nation, meaning the 5%, that we can leverage and secure the assets that we need as a group and as a body, and then we've done this, in the past and continue to do this by understanding the science of voting, right? Like what ABG talked about, what ABG talking about how in the '60s, how a lot of all of the guys voted Republican because they voted for Mayor Lindsay, and it was Mayor Lindsay who was integral in that relationship and securing the school. You know what I mean? So I think
I understand that.
That as a nation, that leveraging those numbers and leveraging who we are and leveraging us as a people has power.
Well,
right?
Yes. However,
go ahead.
Within that, there still had to have been a method of voting.
True indeed.
Amongst us.
Oh, amongst the gods.
To come up with that consensus.
True indeed.
This is the way we're going to vote.
Peace, God. I can see that.
So, I'll take that statement back in regards to voting wouldn't have anything to do with us unless we were using mass numbers to affect the outcome of that election.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? What absolutely. So definitely that.
Yeah.
But however, with that, that comes as a product of us using our nation building skills and coming together and coming to a consensus and making that happen.
Peace, God.
So yeah, I'm definitely with that. But however, you wouldn't know about that unless you was a part of our nation.
True indeed. True indeed. God, I can see that. I can see that, man. So, if you got questions, man, make sure you drop them for us, so we can get them. We could get them answered, or we could build on it. We can add on to it, man. It's the God and Earth Hour, man. We don't mind adding on. We here to help individuals get introduced. Peace, God, Black Mindset. That's why it says we have agreed. It has to be a motive and a mission to vote. Now I can see that, man. I would say the same. Look like now, Bill on. I think that's on Facebook. I was going through say we could be recognized as a sovereign nation. I mean, that's some science. I think there's some guys that's dealing with that science and that build on that. And that's something. I think that's definitely something to build on, and in a dialogue about. As a nation, I know a lot of guys. Truth for love that man. We had old truth
Yeah, but
over here.
there's certain gods that you will get with and build about that because that's not nothing new.
Yeah,
In
peace, God.
regards to dealing with sovereignty or whatnot. However, Allah is already sovereign, and we don't really need to have no paperwork to show and prove that.
I like that.
You know what I'm saying?
Sheesh. Telling you, I like that, God. And why you say that? I see. Why you say that?
Well,
you say Allah's already
I've
sovereign.
always
I like
been a
that.
strong advocate that freedom is not something that freedom is taken. It's not something that's bargained for.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? If you don't have it, it's something you got to take.
Mm.
Other than that, you basically got slave papers.
Say it's
you
not
got freedom.
something.
You got freedom papers. And as long as you don't, if you don't got the papers, then you can't even show and prove that you're sovereign. You can't even show and prove that you're free.
So what you saying is that if you free, why would you need papers or anything to become recognized or to say that you're free?
Exactly.
Mm.
It's your land.
True indeed. True indeed.
Once you got your land, you free. That's what make you a sovereign.
Mm.
Being attached to that land.
As well as God, I was just all I thought about when you said it was knowledge. Like it's the knowledge that gave me freedom. Cause I remember not knowing or not having knowledge of self and being ignorant to just the world around me and just everything God and just being trapped.
Mhm.
Not knowing up from down, not knowing which way to go, not knowing which way life was gonna go, or where I wanted to go in life, or what I was doing, or what my purpose was, or what the purpose of any of it at all.
Mhm.
Thinking that it was a magical God up in the sky, and that I needed to pray and get on my knees and ask and hope and will that whatever I want or whatever I need is gonna come into manifestation. Like that was, restriction. That
Mhm.
ain't freedom. So getting the knowledge, it was like, oh shit, the Earth is 196,940,000 square miles. That black man is the original man. I'm the maker and the owner. Hey, I can do this, I can do that. There ain't no limits.
And that's a mental freedom.
Mm. Okay, Bill, God, Bill.
But when the individuals start talking about sovereignty, which I bet Wednesday, I'm not saying that was wrong, or anything, and there's a lot that I could learn about sovereignty. Let me say that first and foremost. However, my thinking is that, like you said, that mental freedom, that manifests into the physical.
Mm.
You understand? We learned the laws. We made the laws.
True indeed.
We made the laws of the land. But we got to get that land back. But once you get the land back, I mean, how do you get the land back? I don't think you got land if you're still paying taxes on it.
Mm.
My description of freedom is using how the American colonies got their independence. And when they wrote that Declaration of Independence, that was an article of treason
Mm.
to the country that they had bore witness to and came up under. You understand what I'm saying? So that means that they was taking their freedom. It was about to fight and kill or be killed in order to obtain it. And after that, after the blood was shed, they obtained their freedom.
Mm.
That's what we call the Declaration of Independence. And brought about the War of Independence.
Mm.
You know, and that's how you get freedom when you're talking about sovereignty.
Mm.
Not through paperwork, not through agreements and shaking hands with the white man. You know, I roll with Mobb Deep. They say we rob land like white man. Plans to overthrow your shit while shaking your hand.
I like that one. Yo, so let me keep these questions going. Say, so do you teach voting as a duty or not? The nation's teaching on politics, but don't vote as a mass. I mean, I definitely think that me personally. I think it's a duty. But I definitely think that it's something that we should be doing. Like what Malcolm said, as a voting as a solid block. And I don't just think that's the something that the gods can use as a great tool, but I think original people in this country in general could use it as a tool. Voting in a solid block. That's just me though.
I think it's a choice.
Peace God, Bill.
I think it's a choice, and I think that giving the individual the ability to vote and he has no knowledge of what's going on out here is like giving, taking candy from a baby.
Mm.
And those votes normally don't mean the best for us.
Peace God, I can see that.
Unless it's just like, it's a drop in the bucket that it happened to go our way. Which really, I haven't really ever seen a candidate on a presidential level fulfill a promise that they ever gave to black people.
Oh,
And that's my primary concern.
absolutely, God.
You know.
I would personally say I think that the real benefit come to us on the local level, on the city level,
no doubt, definitely,
on
definitely.
the county
But
level.
I do encourage voting on that level.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. I think on that in the city level, especially in those municipalities and the places where you live and where you rest, I think it's definitely an
Well,
obligation that you play a role in those
when you
politics.
when you getting further down the line to what's called the constituents.
Yeah,
And
sure
in the inner circles, all the way down into the school systems of the PTA and everything, and the block clubs,
Peace, God.
in the community centers, inside of the recreation centers and all of that. That's when it's most vital and most important, and that's where we really have to be active in those sectors.
True
You
indeed.
know what I'm saying, of the communities. And casting votes and making sure that we, implement ourselves and what's going on in the activities there. That's where I'm saying, we need to put our presence in our efforts, majority, mainly. Yeah, definitely.
True
You
indeed.
know, that's when we get the turnaround in our communities and we start seeing a change, because that's when it really starts affecting the mass of the people.
Peace God. Peace to the God. Peace God. Peace God. So, Ruler Divine said, "What's the knowledge degree in the 1 to 40?" Ooh, don't be getting asked some degrees tonight. That's what's up. Who wrote the Holy Quran or Bible? How long ago? And will you tell us why does Islam renew its history every 25,000 years? Answer: the Holy Quran or Bible was written by the original man, who was Allah, the supreme being, black man in Asia. Holy Quran will expire in the year 25,000, 9,180 years from the date of this writing. The Nation of Islam is all wise and does everything right and exact. The planet Earth, which is the home of Islam, is approximately 25,000 miles in circumference. So the wise man of the East, black man, makes his history of Quran to equal his home circumference a year to every mile. Thus, every time his history lasts 25,000 years, he renews it for another 25,000 years. Peace.
Peace to the God.
So, got another one on Facebook. We have the culture, but not the freedom. We have to put the work in. But once we have it, we develop friendships in all walks of life. That is thinking global. We as a nation, a lost 5%, need our interests expressed from local to the United Nations. We have the attention of the world due to cops killing us. But we have to move to grassroots first. I like that. I agree with you on that. Now, Bill, I agree with you on that, God. Peace, God. Definitely.
Peace to the God.
Definitely, definitely. I see. Anything you want to add on to that?
Oh, you need to that right there?
Oh, to just what the guy was just
No,
saying.
no, the guy
Yeah, he
said,
came with it.
yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that 100%. Yo, what we got? So yeah, man. So for anybody who just joining us, that's just jumping in, we talking about what is the value, what's the meaning behind today's mathematics, man. We just keeping it basic. We in here building on the ABCs, man, and the 1, 2, 3s, dealing with some of the city science, man. Me and the Goblin, going through that, going through some of the basics as well. Right now, we pretty much just taking questions. So if you got questions, man, make sure that you get them in here so we can get them answered for you. Cause we do wanna get your questions answered. We don't mind building. Of course, it is the God and Herb Hour, man. And we are coming to the end of our hour with y'all tonight. So just to recap, man, the guy like we was just dealing with. Today's mathematics, man, knowing this, man, for all the gods and earths out there, no matter how long you done had knowledge, no matter how long you've been amongst the culture, it's still imperative that you know today's mathematics, right? And that you wake up and that you orient yourself and that you use the science to understanding your relationship to the universe on a daily basis so that we can stay in tune. Right? When you see gods and you see earths, ask them.
How you
Build
see
about it.
today's mathematics?
Come on.
What's today's mathematics? How you see that? You know, I can't tell you how many times I done had a God or earth reply was, man, I can't tell you the last time I've been asked that question. You understand what I'm saying? Don't let that become something that's so foreign that individuals not even used to hearing it. You know what I'm saying? It's of this culture. You know, we always do that. You know, I see days mathematics. You know, just keep your individual abreast. You know,
Keep your individuals abreast, man, and keep yourself abreast.
no doubt.
Keep it fresh.
We gotta make sure that we stay in tune. That's the purpose of it.
True indeed.
And individuals, they have it for themselves. But we say in order to keep it, you gotta do what? You gotta
Use
give it away.
Right. Peace, God.
You gotta give it away.
Like that. Definitely got to give it away. Yeah. Say, I live in an area where there are very few with knowledge itself. How would you suggest I grow this area, especially where there's a strong gang culture? Oh, I mean, honestly, I would say, man, you gotta do the same thing that we all doing. I would tell you, especially just like with Prince, man, I would just go amongst what the older guys would always say, just go amongst them.
Well, first,
You know?
I'm sure that it's somebody that you roll with wherever you at.
Peace, God, I like that. I
I'm
know
sure you got a friend, somebody that you deal with, somebody that you roll with every day. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that you vibe with, whatever. Teach that individual. You know, teach that individual. Obviously, you and that individual got a lot in common. You know, whoever is the closest. This who becomes your brown seed. You know, this is the individual that rolls out with you. If
Right.
not, get you one. You know, teach you someone. Someone that you got things in common with. Someone that you can roll with. Someone that you can vibe with in your community, in your area. And then y'all go out and y'all start teaching. You know, and even before you start teaching, you know, in the art of war, Sun Tzu says that you got to go and survey the land first. You know, so once you get a brown seed, then y'all go survey the land. You go and survey the land, then see where you're going. What would be the best spot to go and start teaching? You know, but be methodical.
Peace, God, I like that. And to add on, like what the guy said when he said just being methodical. When you go and get that brown seed and you go and get that individual who you building with and who you teaching with, man, y'all pick y'all spot.
So
And like you said, stay consistent at that spot. Be methodical. Be seen in that same place and teach. And you going the people that you teach, The underlight, they gonna repel. Them ain't the ones you want anyway. The ones you want gonna attract. And that's where you get started at.
Manifesting the culture.
Yeah, peace, God. True indeed. Yeah. Peace, God. So yo. That's a good one. Fam said, what makes thunder? No, that's right. He said making some noise on their ass. I know that's right. Bomb their ass out.
Hot and cold currents colliding.
Yes. What'd you say, I.C.?
Hot and cold currents colliding.
Hot. That's what make thunder, huh? Hot and cold currents colliding.
Yeah, no question.
Peace, God. Peace to the God. I like that. I like that. I like that. I just think about you hearing you thunder. I always think about all getting bombed.
85 said the devil beating his wife.
That's what you heard coming up, but that was thunder.
It was all kind of shit.
Damn, that's a new one I ain't never heard that. See, that's bugging. I always heard it was when God was mad. When I was there, I used to ask my uncles and them what was thunder. They say, "Oh, God just upset." It's like, "Oh shit." They fucked the water cycle. But yo, man, we edging up on our hour, man.
Hey, how many of y'all out there saw that flat earth joint? Did y'all see that flat earth joint out there?
Did you see the Lord Jamar? Did y'all see the clouds?
That was crazy. I don't know how many of y'all people tuned in and y'all seen that right there. But that was hilarious.
Oh, shit.
You know, I just had to say that, you know. Whereas, but if you didn't see that episode, go back and check it. It wasn't even the episode of the podcast, however, pardon me. However, go back and check that out. It's on the internet.
It's on the internet. It's out there.
You know, it's out there.
It's out there. They know what we talking about. We've been cracking jokes on old Jamar.
Yeah.
We've been cracking jokes on we've been talking and laughing about our old experience with our brother, our Pope brother that think the world is flat. Pope brother. But you know, we're gonna keep on building and keep on showing and proving and keep on teaching. Black Mind say you heard that one too? The guy said Lord Jamar has lost that seat. Absolutely. He said, yeah. That's a good one.
Did you see
I like that.
The sun was 30 miles away from somebody who put that on and said, man, you can walk 30 miles. Said, we're going to walk to the sun.
It was in the comments. Yeah, he was swimming 9,000 miles and got lost. I like that, Black Mind. Whew. Yeah, so look, man, it's the God and Earth Hour podcast, man. Me and my big brother IC, man, we about to get ready to get up out of here. We've been in here with an hour for y'all, man. Peace, everybody. Yeah, our brother, man, he's swimming it, man. He got lost, man. We can't find him. We tried to really moan in. But listen, if you out there looking to get connected with the gods and the earths, you out there looking to get connected and get the knowledge, make sure you go and hit the link in our bio, man, so we can connect you with the gods and the earths. We want to help you get the knowledge. We want to get you introduced to our culture, man. Listen, we also got the merch. Say the background be happy you spit it. We sorry.
To the background.
Yeah, man. We in the universe. We might switch it up though.
Yeah,
He said, did we ask him what was under his flat earth, or is it the sun and the moon? You know, they say
he said it was some pillars.
They said it was pillars.
It was been held up by 2 pillars.
Oh shit.
2 pillars. You know, word is mine. He said this is the way the ancients said it. You know, until the guy to who he put his ass in the corner and started talking about Geb, you know.
Right.
The way Lord Jamar said, he might see himself as the earth now.
I'm telling you. Well, even like he said, are those pictures that you was talking about of the universe, of the pillars and all that shit, is that shit in the museum? Is this a real document from a real civilization? Do it actually exist? What's the real root of it? You know,
He said, I don't know.
I can't know everything. Don't make me play the clip, guy. He gonna make me play the clip. I don't know. When we come do these debates, they want us to know everything. You supposed to know something.
Something.
Oh
Something.
shit. Yeah, man.
Something.
It was quite a thing, man. That was quite a debate, quite a whole bill, man. So
Something.
yo, it was something, man. It was definitely a wild joint. You know what I'm saying? So look, man, we about to get on up out of here. It's been powerful and peace as always, man. Y'all know how we do, man. Minister Freedom, my man IC, man. So look,
Peace.
we coming in here, like I said, man. If y'all want to check out our merch, make sure you go right on our page. We got a new merch store. You can check us out on Shopify, or you can just hit the link right on our profile, man, on Instagram, on Facebook, or you can go to 5%connection.live/merch. Make sure you support us, man. We're going to keep the live coming. Make sure y'all here with us on Tuesday. My bad. Oh, say Toya say we be spinning to see where we at. If you want to, what I would say, Toya7, that's on Instagram. Go check if you can. Check us out on YouTube or on Facebook. You can see the whole full frame, man. The whole full frame of the other joint, other than you Instagram, where you'll just get the kind of little small little frame. On YouTube it's a whole lot bigger, man. Yeah, on Facebook too. So thank y'all all for supporting us as y'all always do. To fam on TikTok, say how we see today's mathematics, man. Doing what we doing right now. You know, we done built on today's math like 3 times already, but today's math is wisdom culture. So that's just living out the culture and walking and talking it, living and breathing it, doing it and being the culture at all times, anywhere and everywhere, each and every day, in each and every way, man. That's wisdom culture.
Manifesting this reality,
Right.
funky fresh for you.
Manifested it funky fresh, man. So yeah, appreciate everybody, man, for the support, man, and for tuning in with us, man. Make sure that you hop in with us on Tuesday, and we're gonna keep it live and we're gonna keep it fresh. We're gonna keep the math and the alphabets and the lessons coming, man. Keep it coming from the basics. If you interested in this knowledge and you interested in connecting with the gods and the earth, make sure you hit the link in our bio and we'll get y'all connected, man. Other than that, we're gonna leave y'all in the same way that we greeted y'all